It was a chilly morning in January 2019, when 63-year-old Harold Baines walked into the Stanton County Sheriff's Office with a quiet resolve, and a secret that would shake his small Nebraska town to its core. He looked the desk sergeant straight in the eye, and said 9 words, "I think my son did something terrible last night." Just hours before, in the dark woods behind Route 12, the body of 17-year-old Lila Weston was discovered. Face down, shoes missing, hands clenched with dirt, and no obvious sign of trauma. The medical examiner would later describe the scene as disturbingly clean. Harold's son, 22-year-old Brent Baines, had come home the night before, clothes damp, shoes muddy. He said he'd hit a deer, but Harold saw something else: the shaking hands, the missing knife from the garage, the tiny red smear on the sleeve of Brent's jacket. So Harold made the call. He turned in his own son, and that was just the beginning. Detective Miriam Locke took the lead on the case. Her first move: interrogate Brent. But what she heard in that room would confuse even the most seasoned investigator.
Where were you last night between 8 and 11 p.m.?
Driving, trying to clear my head, that's it.
Why is there blood on your jacket?
I told you, I hit a deer.
We found no deer. We found a girl, face down, in the woods.
I don't know anything about that.
Where were you last night between 8 and 11 p.m.?
Driving, trying to clear my head, that's it.
Why is there blood on your jacket?
I told you, I hit a deer.
We found no deer. We found a girl, face down, in the woods.
I don't know anything about that.
Where were you last night between 8 and 11 p.m.?
Driving, trying to clear my head, that's it.
Why is there blood on your jacket?
I told you, I hit a deer.
We found no deer. We found a girl, face down, in the woods.
I don't know anything about that.
Where were you last night between 8 and 11 p.m.?
Driving, trying to clear my head, that's it.
Why is there blood on your jacket?
I told you, I hit a deer.
We found no deer. We found a girl, face down, in the woods.
I don't know anything about that.
Where were you last night between 8 and 11 p.m.?
Driving, trying to clear my head, that's it.
Why is there blood on your jacket?
I told you, I hit a deer.
We found no deer. We found a girl, face down, in the woods.
I don't know anything about that.
Investigators combed Brent's truck, and there it was. Under the passenger seat, a bracelet, engraved, L.W. Lila Weston. But that wasn't the only thing they found. In the truck bed, partially wrapped in a plastic tarp, a pair of women's sneakers, size 6, both soaked in creek water, one with the laces removed. But there was no DNA on the bracelet, no prints on the shoes, no signs of force, and the autopsy, well, it revealed something even more chilling. No blunt trauma, no stabbing, no strangulation. Lila had died of acute hypothermia, meaning she may have been alive when she was left in the woods. Witnesses began to emerge. A gas station clerk reported seeing Brent and Lila arguing 2 nights before her disappearance. Another claimed she saw Brent's truck parked by the woods. Headlights off, engine running. But none of it was enough. Brent never confessed, and Harold, haunted by the decision to turn in his own son, would later say in a written statement, "I saw fear in his eyes, but not guilt. I still don't know if I did the right thing." The town split in two, some calling Brent a killer, others calling Harold a traitor. To this day, Brent Baines remains a free man, never charged, never convicted, but always watched, and Lila Weston, forever 17. Buried beneath a marble stone that reads, "Too pure for this world, too soon taken from it." No one knows what truly happened in those woods, no security cameras, no solid timeline, just a grieving father, a silent son, and a girl who never made it home. Was justice served, or did the truth vanish with the whispers of that January night? To this day, Brent Baines remains a free man, never charged, never convicted, but always watched, and Lila Weston, forever 17. Buried beneath a marble stone that reads, "Too pure for this world, too soon taken from it." No one knows what truly happened in those woods, no security cameras, no solid timeline, just a grieving father, a silent son, and a girl who never made it home. Was justice served, or did the truth vanish with the whispers of that January night? To this day, Brent Baines remains a free man, never charged, never convicted, but always watched, and Lila Weston, forever 17. Buried beneath a marble stone that reads, "Too pure for this world, too soon taken from it." No one knows what truly happened in those woods, no security cameras, no solid timeline, just a grieving father, a silent son, and a girl who never made it home. Was justice served, or did the truth vanish, with the whispers of that January night? If you have any information related to the disappearance of Lila Weston, contact the Stanton County Sheriff's Office. This is Vanished Whispers True Crime. Subscribe for more real-life mysteries, where silence speaks louder than the evidence. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update on the mysteries that matter. Days after the funeral, the sheriff's office received a call from a blocked number. The voice was distorted, trembling. "You're looking in the wrong place. Brent didn't do it, but someone in Stanton knows what happened." The call was traced to a payphone outside a shuttered diner. No fingerprints, no witnesses, just static and a dial tone. On a rainy afternoon, Brent is brought back into the interrogation room. The air is heavy with uncertainty. Detective Locke's voice is steady but pressing. "Brent, why did you go back to the woods that night?" Brent hesitates, his voice shaky. I thought I saw someone watching me. I heard footsteps." Locke leans in. "Who was it?" Brent stares at his hands. "I don't know, but I wasn't alone out there." The tape recorder clicks softly as the session draws to a close. Brent's final words are barely more than a whisper. "Please, I'm telling the truth." The room falls silent, leaving only the hum of the overhead lights and the growing sense that the real answer is still out there, hidden in the shadows. Weeks later, a hiker stumbled upon something strange. A blood-stained scarf tangled deep in the underbrush, miles away from the original scene. The discovery sent ripples through the investigation. Forensic teams rushed to analyze the cloth, but the DNA results only deepened the mystery. Inconclusive. The scarf belonged to neither Lila nor Brent. As the case files grew thicker, the answers seemed to drift further out of reach. Each new clue only raised more questions, leaving investigators and the community grasping for any thread of truth in the shadows. On the anniversary of Lila's death, an anonymous letter arrived at the sheriff's office. "You'll never find her shoes. You'll never know the truth. Stanton keeps its secrets." The town grew quieter. The whispers never stopped. The case remains open. Justice, like Lila, vanished into the cold Nebraska night. As the investigation seemed to fade into silence, two new witnesses stepped forward, each with a story that shattered the town's uneasy quiet. The first, a retired school bus driver named Martha, recounted a haunting memory. "I saw Lila walking alone that night, but she wasn't alone for long. A black pickup pulled up beside her. The driver was someone we all know, someone who always waved at me on Main Street. I never said anything because, well, you just don't in Stanton." The second witness, a local teenager named Chris, revealed even more. "I was out by Miller's Creek with some friends messing around. We saw headlights in the trees. There were voices, angry, scared. Then someone screamed. We ran, but I'll never forget that sound. I always thought it was just a bad dream. Now I know it wasn't." These statements, buried for months by fear and guilt, cast a new shadow over the case. Familiar faces, trusted neighbors, were now suspects. The town's secret, once whispered, was finally starting to unravel. Inside the stark, fluorescent-lit interrogation room, the air is thick with tension. The police have narrowed their focus, and now, with the new witness statements, they press harder than ever before. Transcript excerpt suspect #1, the neighbor. "Detective, you were seen driving your black pickup near Main Street the night Lila disappeared. Why were you there?" Suspect, "I was just heading home. I didn't see anything." Detective, "Martha saw you stop. Why did you stop?" Suspect, voice shaking, I just needed to check my phone, that's all." Detective, "You expect us to believe that?" Suspect, "I didn't do anything to her." Transcript excerpt suspect #2, the friend. Detective, "Chris heard screaming by Miller's Creek. You were seen out there that night. What happened?" Suspect, "We were just talking. Things got out of hand, but I swear I left before anything happened." Detective, "Who was with you? Who was angry?" Suspect, I can't say, I'm scared. You don't know what it's like here." As the interrogations intensify, cracks begin to show in the suspect's stories. Fear, guilt, and the weight of the town's scrutiny press down on them, threatening to expose the truth at last. But in Stanton, secrets don't die easily. Just when investigators believe the pressure cannot mount any higher, a new piece of evidence is discovered. one that sends shockwaves through the already fractured community. Early one morning, a patrol officer stumbles upon a partially burned journal in an abandoned fire pit behind the old Miller barn. The pages are singed, but some entries remain legible. As forensic teams work to recover the charred fragments, they uncover disturbing entries, written in a trembling hand, describing late-night meetings, whispered threats, and mounting paranoia. The writer speaks of watchful eyes in the woods, and a secret that must never be known. One entry, dated just days before Lila's disappearance, reads, "If anyone finds out, it's over for all of us. I can't let that happen." The discovery of the journal throws the investigation into chaos. Who wrote it? What secret were they so desperate to hide? And most chillingly, are more lives at risk? As the town reels, suspicion shifts once again. The burned journal is a silent witness, its secrets waiting to be fully unearthed. The mystery deepens, and the search for the truth becomes even more urgent. As the town grapples with the chilling revelations of the burned journal, Detective Miriam Locke sits alone in her dimly lit office, the weight of the case pressing heavily on her shoulders. She stares at the evidence board, cluttered with photographs, maps, and timelines, each piece a reminder of the unanswered questions that haunt her every waking hour. Miriam's eyes linger on a faded photograph pinned to the corner of the board, a snapshot of her own family, taken before her husband's disappearance years ago. A mystery that was never solved. The pain of that unresolved loss drives her, fueling a relentless determination to find justice for Lila and her family. Every case she works is a battle against her own regrets, a chance to save someone else from the torment she has endured. Her phone buzzes with relentless notifications, witness statements, lab results, community rumors. She closes her eyes, recalling the promises she made to herself, never to let a case go cold, never to let another family suffer in the dark. Late into the night, Miriam pores over the burned journal fragments, her mind racing. She knows the town is watching her, desperate for answers. She knows the stakes are higher than ever, but she also knows what it means to be left without closure, and she is determined not to let that happen again. As dawn breaks, Detective Locke stands at her window, looking out over the quiet streets. She steels herself for the battles ahead, vowing that no secret will remain buried, not while she's on the case. The investigation isn't just about solving a crime. For Miriam Locke, it's about redemption, about confronting her own past, and about the hope that this time, the truth will finally come to light. As Detective Locke prepares to leave her office, an urgent knock breaks the early morning silence. She opens the door to find Officer Ramirez clutching a sealed evidence bag and looking pale. Without a word, he hands her the bag. Inside is a small, charred locket, one that matches the description from the burned journal, but with a startling addition. A hidden micro-SD card embedded in the clasp. Locke's hands tremble as she inserts the card into her laptop. Grainy video files flicker to life on the screen. Covert recordings of secret meetings, whispered arguments, and exchanges of money. Faces flash by, some familiar, others shockingly close to home. Among them is a prominent town leader, previously seen only as a grieving supporter of the investigation. The footage reveals a web of deceit and conspiracy stretching far deeper than anyone imagined. The leader's voice is unmistakable as they orchestrate a cover-up, implicating not only themselves but several respected townspeople. The evidence is explosive, threatening to unravel the very fabric of the community. Detective Locke's resolve hardens. The case is no longer just about Lila. It's about exposing a network of corruption that has thrived in the shadows for years. The investigation takes a sharp, dangerous turn, and Locke realizes she can trust no one. The town's darkest secrets are about to come to light, and nothing will ever be the same again. As dawn breaks over the small town, Detective Locke sits at her desk, the weight of the micro SD card's revelation still heavy on her shoulders. The evidence is irrefutable. Within hours, arrests are made, quietly at first, then with growing urgency as the truth spreads. The prominent town leader, once a symbol of unity, is led away in handcuffs, their facade shattered by the cold, hard light of justice. One by one, those complicit in the conspiracy are brought in. The community reels as familiar faces are unmasked, their secrets laid bare. But in the midst of turmoil, something shifts. The townspeople, divided for so long, begin to unite, not in denial, but in determination to rebuild on a foundation of honesty and accountability. Detective Locke watches as Lila's family receives the closure they so desperately sought. The truth, though painful, brings peace. The burned journal, the locket, the hidden recordings, all pieces of a puzzle that, when assembled, reveal the resilience of a community willing to confront its darkest truths. As Locke stands outside the courthouse, a gentle breeze rustling the autumn leaves, she allows herself a rare moment of hope. The investigation is over, but the healing has just begun. The town, once shrouded in mystery and suspicion, steps into the light, forever changed, but stronger for it. The camera lingers on the courthouse steps where townsfolk gather, exchanging quiet words of comfort and resolve. Justice has been served, and for the first time in a long while, the future feels bright. The town, its wounds still fresh, begins to heal, united in a shared commitment to truth and justice. Fade out,